Welcome back. Casey Campbell with Great Lakes Post. We are pleased to be joined by Renger Van Der Zande of Chip Ganassi Racing, of course, the driver of the 0-1 with Kevin Magnussen, the IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championship. How's it going, man?
All good, all good. It kind of feels like off season already because normally by this time we're already in the off season, but we still have one race to go, which is actually nice. It's going to be Petit Le Mans in 3 weeks from now. Yeah. So yeah, I'm kind of taking it easy, and we're not fighting for the championship, but we want to win that race really bad. So I'm full-time training now.
Yes. So it was also announced that you're going to be back with Chip Ganassi Racing next year. They're actually going to go to 2 cars next year, and you'll also have a new co-driver with you.
Yeah, the co-driver is not known yet, so I have 3 new teammates because we have 2 cars for next year, and basically we have Sebastian Bourdais, Earl Bamber, and Alex Lynn as a group together with me of 4 drivers, and then for the long races we still have to figure out who's going to be the joining for the long races, which is Daytona, Sebring, Watkins Glen, and Petit Le Mans. But at the end of the day, it's new guys to the team. I have huge respect for all 3 of them, and so far we worked well together. We did a test in Road Atlanta, and it turned out that we get along very well.
So overall, I know this is a new team for you. I know this is not a new manufacturer for you. Of course, you've been with Cadillac for a few years, but what's it overall like to been racing with CGR this year and with Kevin?
Yeah, it is a new team for me. Last year after the Sebring race in 2020, when Wayne Taylor Racing already announced that they were not continuing with me, it was straight away with Mike Hull on the phone, and we signed a contract right there. And it feels like I've been with them for many years already, to be honest. It feels like I'm home. It feels like a team which is very welcoming and very friendly. It's a very friendly atmosphere, but they know how to win, and they know when it counts that everybody has to do their job to the maximum 100 points, and that's what people are in this team used to do, and that you can feel that vibe of winning, but in a very nice atmosphere.
Yeah, of course. So yeah. Going into this race at Road Atlanta, I know it's an endurance race. What's that going to be like for you? How do you like racing in all these endurance races?
I think, I've done Formula 3, I've done DTM, I've done many sprint races as well in the GTs and in Formula cars, and it really fits me. The endurance racing, there's so much more to it that, for example, strategy or working together with the teammates on the car, trying to get the best out of the car, not only in the first hour, but also after 23 hours of running. Those kind of decision-making process during an endurance race, and from a driver's perspective, to work together with the team is very satisfying if you get it right. It's not easy to always get it right because on the way there can be a lot that goes wrong. But I'm really enjoying it to do those endurance races. It's something that suits me very well.
So going into this weekend's race, I know for a lot of people who do not know, you do not live in the United States. You live in Amsterdam. Talk about what it's like to go from a completely different country to live to the United States to go race. Talk about how all that works.
Well, I've been doing this since 2013. I've been flying up and down to the US for my racing, and it really feels like my home. The racing home for me is in America, and it's funny, we have a great Zandvoort track here, just half an hour from where I live, and I haven't even been on the track yet since the last 4 years. The track is completely new, and I haven't been there yet. And if you ask me about the US tracks, I'm there every month to go racing. So I don't know better than racing is in the US for myself. And the travel is something that comes with it. Sometimes it's not nice, but to be honest, I'm keen to jump on that plane to go back to my home of racing, which is in America.
Yeah, for sure. Overall, I think that Ganassi going to 2 cars. I know you said earlier you don't know who you're going to be with, but overall, that's got to be a program because for a long time, Chip Ganassi Racing has been a staple in DPI racing. And of course they went away and now they're back. They came back this year. How exciting is it to have the program succeed and go to 2 cars?
Yeah, I think it's great for the team. We're already at the test that we have, having 2 cars, you can try different things on both cars. You get 2 times feedback about changes that you make. So basically, you're not relying on one car in all different aspects. Trying tire pressures, trying springs, trying roll bars, trying different items of the setup. That makes it very interesting to watch what that car does. And if you work together well, which is really the goal between the 2 cars, then you can really benefit both from it. And it's always going to be competition as well, but between 2 cars in one team. But at the end of the day, in endurance racing, I think it's better than in, for example, Formula One, where you're really trying to beat your teammate. Here, you try to beat your teammate, but it's going to be the last few hours of the race when you really want to make a difference towards them. Anything before that, you just can benefit and make sure that you're ahead of the rest of the competition.
Okay, so talk about getting around GT traffic is one of the biggest keys to winning these endurance races. What's that like for you to get around those the big, maybe slower cars, but trying to navigate through traffic to get around?
Yeah, it's a very good question, because every time you pass a GT car, it's a threat. It's a threat of finishing the race right there, and that's not a good thing. So basically, every time you drive out of the pit lane, you're trying to manage the risks. And Chip said it. He said it in the first time we started racing in Daytona, and he said the only time it's not your fault is when you get hit by a meteorite, because that's really unfortunate and probably never gonna happen. Anything else, it's your fault. And he says it with a big smile, but that's the responsibility with the driver right there. And if you look at the GTs, there's a lot of different cars and a lot of different drivers rotating through those cars, and you never know exactly who is in that car. And it could be an amateur, and we call it the dentist who went racing. It's an amateur who made money, buys himself a seat and a car and a team, and goes racing. And they are not used to DPI cars flying by, so it's easy to kind of make a big mistakes and end the race of yourself, but also from the guy in the car. And with the professional drivers in the car, like Jeroen Blekemolen is a good friend of mine, and he's one of the best in terms of showing if he's going left or if he's going right. I saw this accident in the Indianapolis 8-hour race with the GT, for example, and it was 2 ways. You can look at it 2 ways, and it's one is the amateur who's not really making a decision, and it's one of the pros that makes a decision that costs both of them the race. And at the end of the day, nobody's happy, right, if that happens. But it's very much experience that learns you how to deal with it. And hey, it can happen. It can happen that you hit a GT and your race is over. But every GT you overtake is a big threat.
Right. So what is it like? I mean, I know you've been in your share of endurance races, and you've won your share of endurance races, but what is it like to win this race? What's the biggest key to getting it done at Petit Le Mans, a 10-hour race?
Yeah, actually, we won it last year. And then the year before we were second or third, and the before we won it as well. It's one of those races where after 8 hours of racing, you think, what have we been doing in the first 8 hours? So again, it's all about risk management, and you need the speed in the car, because at the end of the race, the speed everybody is flat out. And we won the race as well with fuel saving. So sometimes it becomes a fuel saving race, which is, you have to manage the race and pull it towards you, but you never know what it's going to be. The only thing you know is that at the end of the race, that's when it counts. And then you need to have a car that is unscratched and a car that is fast enough to fight for the win.
All right. Well, Renger Van Der Zande, thank you so much for coming on and talking with us. Good luck in a few weeks at Petit Le Mans.
Thank you very much.